And good evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Live. I am Steve Leahy. Welcome to the YouTube. Again, things are working out. We have some things to kind of fix for the switch over to YouTube. I don't know how far I want to get into that. Maybe I'll get into that. If you were following me on Facebook, we do a giveaway that's really fun every week, which we are going to continue to do every week. And what we do is when you're watching this, you can type in 543 and then a suggestion for one of these black and white paintings that I'm going to show you. And that's all you need to do to enter. And what we do is we take all those names, and the following week we draw everyone, put everyone's name who suggested a painting in, and then we draw one of those names and they get to win one of the paintings. Even though I only paint 3 of them, everyone's entered to win, which is a lot of fun. What we started doing on Facebook right at the end of last year was we started a point system to kind of give back a little bit to the people who are always making suggestions, who were giving, on Facebook they were stars, but on here they're super stickers and thanks and all that, and also making suggestions every week. So we started a point system. We're working on that. We're going to keep the point system going, but it's a little different now that we have different names and all that. So that's what I get to say about that. I see you all jumping on. That's awesome. I'll say hello to everyone in a second. I also wanted to just kind of quickly answer a couple questions that came in last week that I missed. So I'm trying to do this as I'm going through the feed to try to grab those questions. There was one from Dan Mayer asking if the YouTube thing was going to be a regular thing, and it is. So it's every Monday night at 6 now on YouTube. We'll do the live stream right here. The other question was from Chris Garcia, and asked what grit sandpaper I use on Autoborn Sealer. I use 2 usually. 600 grit, then 800 grit if it's kind of rough, and then I use an old Scotch-Brite pad, which is probably the equivalent of like 1000 to 1200 grit, but that's kind of the last step before I paint on them. But you can use anything. Sealer is great. I mean, if it's super rough, you can use a heavy grit sandpaper and then keep adding layers onto it until it's smooth. So it's pretty forgiving. You can also hit it with a really high grit sandpaper to get a really smooth finish too. So it's pretty universal. And so those are the ones I missed. What else we got? A huge thanks to everyone who did give those monetary thanks last week, the stickers. Brian Moore, Honey Rivera, Timothy John Luke Smith, and Gary Shees means the world to me. It keeps things going, allows me to do Monday night, as well as your purchase of the 543s that don't sell. Those go up right on the site afterwards on StephenLeahy.com, and you can purchase those for a discount. And those directly fuel the Monday night thing. Those are what allowed me to do that. Basically take the day off during the week to get ready for the feed. What else? Sale is still going on. There are 2 very special paintings on my website. They're on the front page if you want to check them out. What else? I got the points. Oh, one final thing. I'm not sure how to get in touch with people through YouTube yet. So if you win on Facebook, it was easy. On YouTube, I'm not the same thing. So it's real important if you're watching this and you want to know if you won or not, and you weren't here when you could check on any of my social media, Instagram or Facebook, and I will post on the day after on Tuesday, so you can check there. All right. Let's do a little show and tell, and we'll get going. I'll do this one. You're not going to get the whole thing, but this is my first little bit of show and tell here. To see if I can get the comments over here. I should be able to. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Come on. So while I'm doing this, you guys are looking at what I've gotten done on this dollar bill painting. This is a painting. I think it's 18 by 24, something like that. Why can't I do that? I'll say you guys are all over the place. I love it. Hello to Brian Moore. Patricia, good evening. Chris Garcia, cheers to you. Rick Lotta, hello. What's up, buddy? What else we got? Robert O'Malley, what's good? Yay. Grumpy, what's happening? JC? Oh, I got to talk about you. Thanks for jumping on, JC. Ryan, what's up, buddy? Going on? Ron Basil, what's happening? Yeah, I'm still working out this buffering thing. I don't know if it's always happening now. It's a speed thing. It is a thing where I'm sending my data to whatever streaming platform I'm using. It shouldn't be up, but it is, and I'm working on that. So what'll happen is it'll jump back and forth from being crappy to being okay, and well, that's doing that. But yeah, that's also in the works. I don't know why I can't. So we'll figure that. There we go. And thank you. I saw that, Brian. You're awesome. Nice. All right. Let's see what we got here. So anyway, so this the background. This part is pretty much done. I went for a really darker feel for this. The bills themselves are going to be really bright color. And there we go. Is that going to work now? Yeah, now that works. I don't know what's going on. So the bills are going to be brightly colored. And I've just about got done on the desk. There's some other stuff I got to do, a few other things, which we'll get it sorted out. Oh, I know what's going on. Oh, I know what's going on there. Hold on. So yeah, so I got to get that sorted out. A little much there. It's getting there. So eventually, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to do on the feed. And what's nice is because I mean the painting's a lot bigger, but once I get zoned in on one section, we can use a close-up camera, and I'll get you the details. This is going to be a lot of brushing and that kind of thing. I'm looking forward to it. Now I'll jump back here. Why? I don't know why it's getting gummed up. So I apologize for that. But I'm just going to run as if it's working, and then hopefully it'll straighten itself out. That's kind of what it does. But I wanted to mention something about tonight. JC won last week, and JC graciously, unselfishly donated his back to the pool. So we'll do 2 drawings tonight. There'll be 2 winners tonight, and that'll be a lot of fun. So that's what I got about that. So JC, you're awesome. All right, we ready? Yeah, let's do it. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. What we're going to do is we're going to show you the 3 for tonight. And then we're going to get right to the Corvette, because the Corvette, it's at a good spot right now where we did basic stuff last week. So we'll be able to just kind of zoom in on the details and get that set up. Go. Yeah. The data's all screwed up. I'm going to have to do a little bit more homework. Anyway, do it. All right. So first one for tonight comes from the lovely Honey Rivera. Honey last week asked for a rubber ducky. Ooh, almost dropped him. So I got, no, that's not what I got. Ha, he gave away. There we go. That's my rubber ducky. There we go. Can I do this? Hold on. Yeah, I can. Zoom that out. There we go. That'll work. I can do this so you can see it up close. There we go. So that's a rubber ducky. The rubber duck was invented in the late 19th century when it became possible to more easily shape rubber. The toy was originally created to help improve developmental skills in children, and originally the toys were made of a hard rubber. It wasn't until the invention of vulcanized rubber by Goodyear that they became hollow and they were used in tubs. They were able to float essentially, and that happened in 1940 by and the guy who did that was a guy named Peter Gannon or Gannine, and he was the one to develop the floating rubber ducky. So I entitled this one "You're the One," and if you're a Ernie fan from Sesame Street, you will know what that's all about. But that is your number 1 last week. I did finally catch up with things, so I was able to do 3 of them. I'm going to use a Create Text Green, so it's not allowed anymore than one. I only have a little bit of that left, so that's more rare than my my gold leaf. So no, I don't want to do. Enzo, what's up, buddy? Yay. Um, Poo on the data thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, and the other thing too, for those who are another note, the one thing about YouTube that Facebook doesn't have is YouTube has ads. Because I set the ads at the lowest possible amount. So every once in a while, it's going to break if you're not a YouTube Premium member. Um, but that's what I can do with that. But you know, it's again that's good because it things going um, everywhere, which is nice. All right, is Michael McClung. Michael last week, and I get no. What the heck? Yeah, Michael last week asked for a ladybug and a VW hood. I thought that was a great idea. This is the video. If you're a member here on YouTube, time lapse for this already. It will post tomorrow for everyone else, which is great. And this is how this one came out. So, whoa, as I drop the duck. All right, as I drop the duck. There we go. So that's so the VW logo was created by Franz Xavier Riemspies. I think I got that right. In 1937. The original logo was created inside a cogs wheel to represent the company's industrial roots. Volkswagen in German means people's car, which is kind of cool. So that's my little ladybug and the VW bug logo on that thing. Hey, Gary, what's up? I'm looking at things. Well, because making me crazy. Anyway, so that's that one. That one's called Bugged. Ooh, here, Bugged. So there you go for that one. George Jetson is a good one. Doing it again. If you're new or you're not used to the YouTube thing, what Ron just did was he just entered the giveaway for next week by giving me a suggestion. So it's 543, and then whatever you think would make a good black and white painting. To give you a rundown, again, if you're new here, I try to really keep these to about 2 hours. So if you give me a suggestion, super complex, that's fine. But good of me doing that painting is probably not as good as something a little more simple. But still, you can give me a complex one and still get you in to win. So that's wonderful. You're the one. There you go. Chris got it. All right, so that is Bugged. And finally, I showed this one already by accident, but the last one's from James Cully. James last week asked for a 1965 Impala SS wheel spinner. So I kind of the hub of the wheel, which I love this painting. I'm really happy with the way that this came out. That's after talking about spending 2 hours, you know, this one took longer than 2 hours. So if this one survives to you know, not getting chosen as a winner, and you go and purchase this one, you're going to get way more than what you pay for. So this is the 65 wheel hub. So the 65 Impala is the 4th generation of the Chevy Impala. The car in 65 was completely redesigned and set all-time records for sales at over 1 million units. 25% of those Impalas produced carry the Super Sport badge, which was the all fancy interior and motor, and they are still one of the most popular muscle cars of the late 60s, mid to late 60s, and 70s, and early 60s as well. It's a great car. So my daughter's favorite is the Impala. So that's what I got. Those are the 3. And that one I just called Impala SS. So there you go. So there are your 3. Not buffering, but yeah, JC, it's not the internet. It's the way that, because we're hardwired in and we have high-speed internet and the data rate's fine, but it's the way that it's complex. So it's essentially the signal is sent in packages, little tiny packages, and as the receiver gets those packages, say it has packages like from 1 to 5. If one of those is missing, what'll happen is in the current setup, the feed will wait for that missing package to come over, and it'll keep sending requests for it. It says, I've got 1, 2, 4, and 5, but I'm missing 3. So it keeps sending requests for 3. Now in a live stream, that sucks because 3 may not be important after the fact, certainly as time, because it's a live thing. So there are different methods of sending that, and there's a brand new one called SRT, which has a beta that's running right now that for some reason I can't get. Now, I don't know why. I've talked to Scott and he has it, and I've updated all my software, and SRT will solve that because it'll just say, hey, 3 isn't important, go on. So that's where we're at right now, which is why it's so frustrating, because everything else is in order. It's just going to be a matter of getting that last bit worked out. But I promise you it will. We have all the pieces in place, and if you can hang on, we will we'll get that to work. I'm going to try one thing real quick just because I can. Hold on.